Okay, so the topic of the class is the basic of how to use FamilySearch Wiki. You don't have to know everything. So, in my opinion, FamilySearch is like Mount Everest with full of information, along with the catalog. So, by raise of hand, how many of you have used FamilySearch Wiki? And I'm assuming the others may or may not, because I just see names, a couple names on the screen. So usually Nancy would teach this class, but she asked me if I could teach this part, this class, since she's on travel. And so first of all, FamilySearch Wiki began in 2007 or 2008. And it's a tool for finding information about subjects, records that may have been generated about ancestors, and the places in which the records might be found. It is a vast information depository. It has over 97,000 articles published in the wiki, and the content in the wiki is available in 10 different languages. And one thing about FamilySearch Wiki, you will not find specific information about your ancestors. Instead, you will find information about the region where your ancestor may have lived, or as well as information and links to records that may pertain to your ancestor. So I want to have you think about 3 things during this class. At the end, towards the end, maybe halfway through, we can use one of your research questions as an example how to look for information about your ancestor. So these 3 things I want you to think about are: 1, think about what you want to find out about your ancestor, and your question needs to be really specific. And second is, consider the location where that event might have happened. The more you can narrow your search, the more successful you will be. And third, think about which specific records might contain the information you are seeking. So let's see, I want to share the screen. How do I do that?
I think you can just click. Yeah, you're doing it. Looks like. Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Oh, look at your family. So nice.
Okay. So can you see my FamilySearch screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I will try and check the chat box once in a while. If somebody can read it for me, that would be great. Okay, so here's the FamilySearch. I've already logged in, so that's the first thing you would do. I'm assuming everybody can log in. And as church members, you can use your account, your church membership account, let's see, username and password, as if you were going into the church, logging into the church website. So you can do the same thing with FamilySearch. If you have any questions, please chime in. Okay, so this is the FamilySearch, let's see, land page. And you have the main menu up here. And you would click on search, and you would go, and the drop down, in the drop down menu, you would go all the way down to Research Wiki and click on it. And you come to the Research Wiki. Can right here you have, it says a genealogy resource guide, 97,188 articles are in Research Wiki. And if everybody can see this on the left side where it says Research Wiki, can everybody see the left side of my screen? It says Wiki Home, About the Wiki, Online Genealogy Records, Guided Research, and Research Resources. So before I go any further, I want to click on About the Wiki. So if you click on that link, it's going to show you the purpose of what FamilySearch Wiki is and the purpose for it. And you can, let's see, hold on. So FamilySearch Wiki is a, where it says, what is the FamilySearch Wiki, Research Wiki? The FamilySearch Research Wiki is a free online genealogical guide created and maintained by FamilySearch, a nonprofit organization. It contains links to genealogy databases, websites, other resources, research strategies, and genealogical guidance to assist in the search for your ancestors. Articles included are locality pages for countries around the world and topic pages that include pertinent genealogy record types explaining how to use a record, what it contains, and how to find it. And the purpose is to promote the activities of collecting, compiling, maintaining genealogical research for the use and benefit of everyone. Offer educational resources for sharing information about genealogical methodology and records. Assist in fulfilling the genealogical responsibilities of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, if you click on Research Resources, I listened to these videos and online classes about how to use a wiki. This was so, had very good information on it. I don't know if anybody has looked at these videos. Right here where it says Wiki Wizard Videos, Wiki page has 5-minute videos. I think there's 6 videos, but I would recommend looking at the first 4 videos. And using the FamilySearch Research Wiki and the Research Wiki, a genealogist's secret weapon, unlocking the power of the FamilySearch Research Wiki. The last 2 were from the Roots Tech presentation. Both of them has Danielle Batson, who explains how to use a research wiki. So I would highly recommend everyone to look at that. And in the last one, she talks about guided research. And FamilySearch is always going out of their way to make things easier for people to find their ancestors. And I know this from serving at the Family History Library for 2.5 years as a missionary, and the engineers are constantly wanting feedback. The other thing I want to share with you, now that I've said something about the engineers, is to look at okay, hold on. Okay, if you look at the bottom of the screen, the very bottom, which is where it says feedback, they will, the feedback that you give, the engineers read it, and it goes all the way up to the top in the family history department. And that's how they make improvements to make things easier for those who are using FamilySearch.
This one.
Any questions so far? Okay, so we are on the FamilySearch Wiki page. And so you can, there's two search bars, one up here and one at the bottom or in the middle. And you can type in what you would like to, what you're searching for. And let's say if we wanted to just look at the US, United States genealogy homepage, you could click on that. And you get the format of this United States genealogy is pretty similar to all the other countries and also for each of the states in the United States. And I'm assuming that it's the same thing with provinces in Canada and districts in other countries and even states in Australia. So the format is pretty much the same. Here you have, on the right side, you have the information bar, they call it bar, the beginning research strategies and record finder and record types and United States background and cultural groups and local research resources. I want to point out one thing about the cultural groups. Just recently, FamilySearch has, or Wiki has changed Native American, the term Native American to Indigenous peoples of the United States, of the US. The bottom, you have the states, and those are all links, and they'll take you right to the state. And territories and federal districts. And some research strategies and tools. So that's the United States. If you were to go to, go back over here, you can also list all the localities or countries. And here it has, if you click on the blue strip right here, and it will show you all the countries throughout the world.
Oh.
That's amazing. So you could, so once you get in here, you can actually just click on North America, or you can click on a country that you're researching in. I'm thinking United States is right here, and I'll just take you right back to, oh, and then it lists the states. When you click on the country, it lists all the states in United States. So if you go to, since we all live in Utah, I'm going to go to Utah. And the format is pretty much the same thing too. And gives a little bit of information, background information about Utah and getting started with Utah research. And let's see, Utah research tools. I love this right here, Utah record finder. If you're starting on, if you're looking for information on birth date and place, it recommends to look at these record types in the state of Utah. If you can't find the birth date and place, these are a second set of records that you could look for that information. And the same thing with marriage and death date, place, and burial. And other information here that would maybe pertinent to your ancestor. So here you have indigenous people again. So they've gone away from calling the American Indian tribes as American Indian or Native American. So now the term is indigenous people. Questions, everybody? Anybody? Is this something that you've used quite often?
I somehow got lost, and so I'm on my own computer watching your screen,
Oh, okay.
but I'm not on your screen, and I'm trying to get on your screen.
Oh, okay. So just type in Utah, it'll take you. Okay, if you type in Utah, you should have this page right here.
Must be Navajo.
Yeah, just type in Utah in the search bar up here.
Where's that? Wait, I missed where the search bar was.
Right here's the search bar. To the right-hand corner,
Oh, I
upper
see.
right-hand corner.
Okay, thank you.
And type Utah, and then it should come up.
United States. Yes, I'm there now with you.
Yeah. So what I clicked on was the Utah Record Finder under Utah Research Tools. Okay, so if you click on that, you should get this page here.
I did. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so there are tons and tons and tons of information.
76 people.
All right. So when you are searching, you want to consider the locality, first by country, and then by state or province or district, and then by county, and then by city or town, and then by parish. Diane, correct me if I'm not right, but I think Alabama is the one that they go by parish instead of county.
Louisiana.
What's that?
It's Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana, okay. Yep, that's the only state that uses the word parish instead of county. Okay, so I'm thinking everybody has had time to think about a research question. And so this is a real basic class in how to use Research Wiki. And does anybody have one they want to share? If you're looking for an ancestor, whether you're looking for a birth, marriage, or death date, and what locality?
So you're asking for a suggested place to take us to? Okay.
Yeah.
So give me a second and let me find this ancestor. She is died, I believe, in Illinois.
Okay.
And so, and just give me a second to get a hold of birth date and the exact name. I'm not the young person I once was. Okay. trying. Hang on. Etty Jaton.
Okay.
Ettie Jaton. And she, I believe she died in Iowa, or not Iowa, sorry, in Illinois in 1891.
And okay, so you don't have the county, just the state?
Well, see, that's the thing. I've tracked, I used that one training we had about how to use Google Maps to track, you know, their migration.
Okay.
And her children were born in several places in Illinois.
Okay.
And so I'm not even sure. It might have been that they were so on the border that maybe she died in Indiana.
Right.
And I'm not clear. But I have a date, I have a name, and I have where I think her last set of babies were born in Douglas County, Illinois. But I'm not positive about any of this. And so that's where we are.
Okay, so if we look at Illinois, we can read about the background information about Illinois, and it became a state in 1818. And she died in 1891. And
Yes.
so, but you don't know the county. And
No.
so, yeah.
I
So the one thing that is there that is available is a guided research. This is something new that has come on with FamilySearch Wiki, where they have guided research. In fact, when you go back, can you see my arrow here on the left side? Okay, if you go to research resources and look at the last two resources or videos done by Danielle Batson. And they really have narrowed it down just so that you can get started. And so Illinois birth collections, and you're looking for death. Okay, so if you go down where I can find death, where can I find death records? And between 1870 and 2000. And so he or she might have died 1891. And so you would click on this collection right here.
okay.
Did you get how we got there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm hanging on your every word.
Okay, so tell me how to spell the name.
Etty, E, T is in Tom, T is in Tom, I, E.
Okay, last name.
Jaton, Jetton.
Okay.
That's her name at death? Well, that's not her maiden name, right? Is that her name at death?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
That's her name at death?
Is Jaton, is that her maiden name or is that
Yes,
her?
ma'am. That is her maiden name.
Okay,
What's
so
her name when she died?
yeah,
Oh,
so
that's a good
yeah,
question.
so yep.
Wilder. No,
Okay.
sorry. I was thinking of a different family. Sorry. Her married name was Savage. Savage. Very
Okay.
popular word with the young crowd these days.
Okay.
To
So she
describe them.
died between 1890, let's
Yeah.
say 1895. And you think she died in Illinois. Whoops, it's a birthplace. Sorry about that. Okay, so United States, Illinois, death. and search. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we have, we don't have Etty, but maybe somebody related to Epi or Etty.
Okay.
So this is something that you could follow up on. There's Net or Hetty
Mm.
spouse, but then that's not her married surname. And so we didn't come across that name. So let's go ahead and go back. And let's see. So these are the other places to look at too, image only, which is on, you'll find these image only on the catalog, but these are linked. These are all links to the catalog, records that you can find on the catalog. So what we did was we entered her name, and these are the index historical records. And so we can put in the information and hopefully, you know, we would find it. But there's also the image only historical records, records that are not indexed, but are in the FamilySearch catalog.
Helen,
Yeah,
Thank you.
did you already mention, and I missed it, when you go to Illinois on the wiki itself, and then they have a whole section here on death records, including all the online ones that you can click on, like the Illinois Statewide Death Index pre-1916.
okay.
Instead of the guided research, but I mean, you could do that too, but if you
Yes,
just type in Illinois,
yeah.
and then they have,
So I would try to do this first.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, I would try to do this first. And then if you didn't find the death record, you know, what else could you try? And these are information, I mean, substitute records. Maybe they're not primary information or primary sources, but maybe secondary. And improving research, maybe the spelling of the name. You might want to try different spellings as well too. And why the record may not exist too, because back in 1891, most states didn't, they didn't have a consistent record keeping of death or vital records up until, not until the early 1900s. So if you go back, what Diane is saying is you can also go back to here, how to find a death record. And you could click on that as well. So deaths before 1916. So that would be what we click on. Is that where you're talking about, Diane?
Well, I was on the right-hand side where it said vital records. If
Oh,
you
okay.
click on that, but I mean, this will take you there too, right where it says record types, where you showed them in the first
Yeah.
place, and then vital records at the bottom.
Yep.
It's probably the same exact thing you're talking about, though.
Yeah. Yep. So the earliest for the deaths was 1877, and statewide registration began in 1916, and general compliance was 1919. So it may be the likelihood of you finding a death record may be very a low percentage, I'm thinking. So the other thing I want to take you, okay, here's the birth record, marriage records, and death records. And you have all these links that you can check as well. I would, you know, what I would do is track all the children, her children that she had, and maybe you could figure out her migration pattern. And you said it may be between Illinois and Indiana. Does that help any?
You pointed me to many places that I haven't looked yet. So this is a good thing. Thank
Yeah, so there's a lot right here. Okay, so the other thing I want to share with you is this is
Excuse me.
the state of Illinois. And if you go further down, okay, it didn't take me there. I wanted to look at the online records. Let's see. Where is it at?
I have a question for you.
Okay,
Does it do the formation of the county, like when each county was formed?
yes, it does. Here, where it says under, can you see Illinois Research Tools?
Okay, let's see. Yes.
Okay, so if you go down to boundary changes for Illinois counties.
Mm-hmm.
And it will show you. Okay, this is something I'm not familiar with. There is. Okay, let me see if I can keep going down.
Have you ever tried to do a search of just her first name? It's a really weird name, and I'm wondering if it's the real name or is it an abbreviation?
Yeah.
You know, that's a really good
Ellen,
question.
if you click on the clickable map for each county has when it was founded. And it's
Like this
county
one right
seat.
here. Oh, this is what I was looking for.
So the clickable map that's on the main Illinois page, that clickable map that has the picture, you know, that's colorful.
Oh, you mean back on the Family Search?
On the main Illinois page, just plain Illinois.
This one here
Um,
or this one?
so yeah,
Yeah.
that one. And then scroll down just a little bit. See the clickable map that's clickable. Just click on your county, and then you can the county.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so if we did Iroquois. I'm looking for
It's
the,
on the right hand side under facts. It says founded February 26, 1833.
yes. There's a website that I don't remember how to get. I think it was on this one right here, but it shows that if you click on, let me go down here. And you can see it change from county to county. Where is it at? Right here. So if I click on, so this started in 1790, and if I go to 1795, and okay, let's go to 1838. So see how the county has changed? And you click on a certain year, 1859. Well, let's go back, 1838, 39, 41.
That is immensely helpful.
Yes, and you can figure out how the county has changed with the boundaries over time. And so if you have a county like this one's, I'm sure it's going to be divided again. So at the, let's see, I clicked on, what was it again? 1823, let's say. See, look at that.
Mhm.
And so you have to consider the time. And sometimes you have to look at this county, what it used to be at the time. And then also, if they're living here, you would want to look, you want to check this county as well. Okay. So that,
Did you tell them that website? Should I put it in the chat or something?
how I got to this was, I clicked on boundary changes. Well, there was a link that I clicked on. Maybe it was this one.
It was on the main Illinois United States genealogy page. Under the right-hand side of Illinois Research Tools, you click on boundary changes for Illinois counties, and it takes you to the Map Geeks website.
Yeah, right here, this one right here, right? Boundary changes for Illinois counties.
Where
Yeah.
are you at?
Okay.
Yeah, on the right. Yeah, the right column.
Okay. So I want to show you another, let's see, online genealogy. This one right here. It says Illinois online genealogy records. And if you've exhausted all your search in FamilySearch, and you go to Illinois online genealogy records, you will find record types and different time periods for births, marriages, and deaths. These will take you out of FamilySearch. And in this case, this one is still in FamilySearch, but you have yeah, there's some that are still in FamilySearch, and you have websites on other websites on the internet that you can check as well. So you're looking for the death. So you might, it says pre-1916, you might want to check this death index. She might be in there. And this one's 1749 to 1999. You can check the Illinois death and burials. And it depends also on the county. This one gets more into the counties. So I would check this one here and this one here. Did you get that? For Etty?
Yes, I did. I see where you are. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So this is very good information. And people are, I read somewhere over 1,000 people are constantly working on FamilySearch Wiki. And it's just packed with information. And it's very helpful. And then when I was listening to these videos over here where it says resources, there are professional genealogists who say they always check FamilySearch Wiki. And when I was studying family history research in BYU, on BYU Idaho online courses, I mean, that's what we had to do, is to search these records. And this is one place that I always came to look for information, tons of information. So if you see a record, a collection that is in FamilySearch, like here it says Illinois Cook County marriages at FamilySearch, that will take you to either the catalog or, yep, the catalog. And it's indexed. So you can type in the information there. And if you click on Illinois County marriages at Ancestry index only, and sometimes if it says that, I'll check the index information and then I'll copy this right here, the title of the collection, and I'll try and find it on FamilySearch, because FamilySearch catalog has, like I showed you earlier, they have unindexed where you can just find images. And I found so many records just looking through these, but you have to know the time period and the locality. So if I click on that, and it takes me directly to this collection in Ancestry. Okay, any questions?
Helen, this is the other Helen. So
Okay.
does it have information besides vital records? So like if I have a history about something that took place in Philadelphia, would it have like history about the city at a certain date?
So Pennsylvania,
And it's Philadelphia. And it'd be in the 1850s. And part of the story, it talks about the young girl having to go to the hospital. So I'm just wondering, would it have information, historical information about cities or anything?
okay, so here's Philadelphia, or this is a county, but are you talking about the city Philadelphia or the county?
Yeah, the city.
The city. And I'm assuming that Philadelphia city is in Philadelphia County. And this should have cities. Okay, I haven't come across the cities yet, but I'm assuming that you can go ahead and go into.
They're usually at the very, very bottom, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, I didn't come across it. Okay, let's go back up. It helps to look at this right here. Oh, right here. So right here is cities, Philadelphia. And takes you to Wikipedia. So I don't know, I think you can find, like this would be at the county level, so you could find information possibly at the county level, and it may take you to the city. And so you were looking for what in Philadelphia?
A hospital in the 1850s.
Okay. And so I would probably research that with I would go to this over here where it says archives and libraries
Uh-huh.
and search for any information about hospitals.
Okay.
And I would even Google it too. So
Okay. So the best information to find on wikis is,
the countries and their state. It could be state, province or district, and county and city or town and parish at each jurisdiction, at each level of jurisdiction.
I found Philadelphia. Did you find the city? I found the city.
On Wiki,
Yeah, I just typed in Philadelphia, Philadelphia, and it brought
Okay.
it up that way.
did it come up with a information bar like on the right side?
No,
Yeah,
but it has a lot of categories. It has all the church records.
Right.
And
and you might have to even go to the catalog to find more information about that. If you go to catalog, you can go to that's not what I was looking for. Okay, Philadelphia. Okay, let's go to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. So if you go to Pennsylvania, you're going to have, you can come to counties. If you click on Philadelphia, the county, and then you go to Philadelphia, the city, and then it's going to give you more information about what is there for the city of Philadelphia. So you have, for the city of Philadelphia, you have archives and libraries and the history, and you might find a listing of hospital there.
mm-hmm.
And these are all the record types right here for Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Medical records, I don't know if that would lead you to that, but I think you're looking more about the history.
Mm-hmm. Just if there's a name of the hospital then that I could add to the history.
Right. Okay, so I would say your best bet would be to look at the in the catalog for that information.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And one thing I've done also is I've gone to Family History Library and found and just went to the section with the state of Philadelphia up on the 3rd floor, and then I would find the county, and then there will be books about the cities in that same county.
Okay.
And I found information that I would not have found on the internet. Okay. So any other questions? So basically that is a real basic way to search FamilySearch Wiki. There's just so much. It's just, the only way I could describe it is it's full of information about the size of Mount Everest. And I would highly recommend looking at these videos down here, the 4 videos. And the first one is really simple and basic, and as well as the second one, it builds a little bit more upon the first one. And Danielle is, she's the one that heads the FamilySearch Wiki, and she did a really good job explaining more what's available on FamilySearch Wiki. So basically, that's the end of what I have to share, unless anybody has a question or questions.
I can make a comment about the wiki. Just kind of bear testimony. For years, I have been looking for records, specifically beyond the records that have been indexed in Spanish for areas in Mexico that I've been looking for. And the records are digitized, but not translated, and therefore very difficult when you don't speak 16th century Spanish. But I asked the question on several of my groups that I belong to, you know, who are Spanish speaking, Spanish researching groups and stuff, and asking if anybody knew that. And somebody said, have you ever tried the wiki? And I have tried wiki many times over the years, but it's never helped me. And then so I thought, I just had a little you know, my brain was touched and said, go try it again and learn how to do it. So I went in there, went into Mexico and went into San Luis Potosí and started looking at records. And all the records I looked at, I knew what I was looking at. I said, I know that, I know that, I know that. And then I found a brand new one. And I dug into that, and I was able to find a record in 1626 or something like that, that may break my early researching in Mexico wide open. I don't know. I can recognize just names, and there's 5 pages that have been written about this one particular marriage. And so once I get that translated, I have a feeling I'm going to break open the whole early line of Spanish research I've been doing. And it's because I think I looked at Wiki with the idea of I need to learn how to use it. And if I do, the information is either in there or somebody can point me to the place I need to go, and boom. Once I did that, it happened for me. So I think this could be a really valuable tool for everybody, whether you're in a different language or anything. It was just, and with all the new stuff, like Sister Malene says that they're putting into it, this I think was brand new, or I would have missed it, or I mean, I would have caught it, you know, in the past years as I've browsed through that same place. So that was kind of a mini miracle, but it was very exciting for me. But then when I get it translated, it might not be anything, but on the other hand, it may explode things for me. So anyway, it's a good place to learn and to do your research on.
Yes, there's so much to learn. I want to share one last thing is if you type in the principles of research process in the search, what happened to it? Okay, so if you actually, what came up was principles of family history research, and using appropriate forms. This is actually the process: identify what you know, decide what you want to learn, select records to search, and obtain and search the records, and evaluate and use the information. I mean, this is really helpful. I mean, If you narrow your research question and it's real specific as you possibly can with a name, a date, a place, it really helps you to look at the locality. I think that's the secret, is the knowing the locality. Okay. There's so much information. One of the assignments that we had in one of my upper division classes online course was to find a unique set of records, or a collection of records, and it couldn't. And so I looked in New York, and I looked on the side, and I found a business that back in the probably late 1700s, and the business was keeping track of all the land transactions that were happening at that time, and it had a whole set of Native American records, all the Native American tribes that sold their land to the colonists. And that just blew me away, and I thought, oh my gosh. I mean, that was
Awesome.
I think I found that in the archives and libraries in the information bar on the right side in New York.
Wow.
And that was a find, a huge find. I just wish it was my ancestor, but so that's the end of class. If anybody doesn't have any more questions.
Thank you, Helen. This was excellent. So excellent.
Yes, I would really encourage you to watch the videos, the 4 videos here. You can just click on the research resources and watch the 4 videos, especially, well, all 4 of them.
Thank you. I know I'll do that.
Yes, please do.
We can see that Helen is a wealth of information.
Helen is listening to Helen.
We love Helen, both of you. I'm very grateful for Helen teaching this class tonight. This is so valuable, and it's being recorded so we can encourage other people to listen to it as well and help them to learn more about the wiki. So, gosh, Helen, this was excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How do we find those recordings? The classes that you've had before?
Oh, I can send you a link again. Did I send you a link before or not?
You may have, and I may have.
It's okay. I'll find it again and I'll send it to you. I can't remember if I did or not. So
Thank you.
I will send that to you so you can see. So we should have, does anybody have any questions before we have a closing prayer? And I can't remember what next week's, Nancy will be back next week. And I don't know what the class is, sorry. But we'll have it advertised out there for you. There's no questions. John, would you mind giving a closing prayer?
Thank you. Our Father who art in heaven, come before thee this beautiful evening. We're grateful for the opportunity that we've had today of worshiping thee at church, partaking of the